What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be opening up another booster box of Ikoria lair behemoths. Hopefully we get some more good cards so we can finish building out some decks to be able to try whenever we're able to actually go and play at a standard event on F&M. So let's get started and see what we get. Get that out of the way. Oops. The old box topper. Hopefully we'll remember to open it with this at the end of the video. Last time we forgot and we just made a little separate video. So, but let me get a little off to the side because it's going to take a lot of room. And on these, I'm just going to go to basically like your rares and mythics and foils, because going through that whole box is going to, it's going to be like a 40-minute video. So I'll just try to keep it quick and just go through and do just the good stuff. So that's a really loose packaging to start. It's really weird. Let's see what we get here. Companion token. And Mythos of Nethroi. Nethroi? Yeah. And I don't remember these being packaged like this. They seem like they're in reverse. Am I freaking out about that, or is that actually like that on this set? This did come from a different area, but it's still here in the US, so I don't know if they got them from somewhere else, or there's just the first set was done differently than the second set. But either way, on this one here, it's Emergent Ultimatum, so we can kind of get to the good stuff right off the bat, I guess. Just make sure there's no foils, or I know the other ones had like the altered arts and stuff too, so I think that last box we had like 15 or 16 alternate arts. Let's see. Foil land. There we go. Full rare on the cupboard. Someone just kind of put these in a pile here. I'm going to run out of room really fast. Actually, I'll do the special arts, alternate art, whatever you want to call it, in a separate pile. And the Cabin Whisper. Actually, we'll put the rares there and then just the non-rares over there. Try to keep it somewhat sorted. We got Highlands foil and a Lutri Spell Chaser. Nice. I think we got play set in half of those, if not 2 full sets already. Dirge Bat. And no alternate art. Mythos of Vandrock. Got quite a few of those. I think we coming up on 3 places on that, if not more. Regal Leosaur alternate art. I think the most I've ever had is like 2, if not 3 alternate arts in a single pack, which is pretty neat. Song of Creation. Actually, that might be the first one I've gotten of that. I'd love to see that in foil. Darn, that's amazing. Lots of blues and yellows. I have to keep an eye out for that and either pick some up or trade for some or something or another. I like to have at least 1 foil for maybe EDH if I ever get around a bit around those colors. I'm using more Golgari or Abzan. Oh man, look at that. Big old rolled edge. Hopefully I didn't do that, but I don't think I did. I think it's just a really dull blade. Yeah, several of them on through here. Or a little chewed. I don't know if you can see it, but shame. And a foil common, Adaptive Shimmer. Let's put you over there. And Mythos of Brockus. I don't think I've actually gotten the green Mythos yet, so this is actually, I think, the first one. So it's finally good to get one of those. And it looks like it on that one. A couple packs away from being through the first stack there. So not even quite a third way through, so these have a really different seal on them. They tear a lot differently. They're a little more aggravating. They don't tear as easy as that first box did. Luminous Broodmoth. And a Vulpikeet. I think we almost got a full play set of those actually on the alternate art ones. And I think we either got 3, if not, this may make our 4th one on the cupboard. And so, and that's what you want to see on our set. So good. She's kicking away the red mana. She just wants to be blue-white. And let's see if there's any alternate arts in here. Doesn't look like it. And a foil uncommon, Call of the Death Dweller. That's pretty cool. His eyes are kind of separate from the, I'm assuming, mist or the fumes or the smoke itself. And of course, Bonder's Enclave, depending on how people say it. Everybody's got their preference. And alternate art, which is okay, but we'd like to have some more just so we can get at least full play sets of them all. So when you do play them, it'd be nice to have a deck where all the cards in there. I think it's only on creature cards because I don't think they're on spell cards. Of course, I could be wrong on that. I think all the ones I've only seen have been creature spells and not actual instants and sorceries. So you know your whole deck can't be that. But I guess that you can get probably some like game day promos and stuff like that you may be able to switch out. But Eerie Ultimatum, I think that's a couple of those we've got now. So this is probably my favorite art in this set. The Pouncing Shore Shark. Reminds me of the old, what was it, 80s or 90s cartoon, the Street Sharks. And stack 2. Let's see what we get here. And this may be our first blue Mythos, if I recall. Mythos of Aluna. I really need to get me one of those sorting trays. All of them online seem like they're way overpriced in all the game stores around here. They're just obviously closed, so haven't been able to pick one up. It's those little Ultra Pro sorting trays. Help kind of keep them organized. I mean, I've got thousands of cards, and whenever I go to sort them, they're kind of nice to have. Of course, I need 3 or 4 of them, but feel free to donate. Just kidding. Let's see, foil rare, Whirlwind of Thought. It's actually a really cool foil too. And the Ozolith. We actually need like one more of these, I think, after this one to have a full play set. So we definitely want one of those. There's so many good cards in this set for like draft or like sealed, especially. This is one set I'm still really bummed about not being able to get to play sealed. I talked to like the local GameStop or GameShop, the comic book store here in town. Hopefully he can save some of the if not boxes, some of the actual pre-release packs, and hopefully we get to do like a sealed event on that. So sealed is probably my favorite format. So here's hoping to being able to do that. So, and oh, new Plummet artwork. I don't think I even paid attention to that, but that one there's foil. So it's first Plummet art and new art in a couple sets actually. Classification, Kitty Stomp, and maybe no alternate art, which is okay. I think we got at least one of all of them. I haven't looked at the full list of which ones are available, so I'm not even sure. Great Shark token too. How many there is in total? So, Gem Razor, Reach and Trample. You gotta love it. Necropanther, alternate art. Long stack. Not that it really matters. I'm not trying to figure out any algorithms or anything. To me, that just takes away from a lot of the fun and the surprise of opening random packs. So, foil perimeter sergeant and Ikoria, Orphan Guard. Sorry, my thumb's probably been. Sorry, guys, my thumb's been in the way this whole time. I'm not even paying attention. I'm just trying not to obviously drop the cards, and that may be the first one. That may be the second one. I need to gather all the, I guess I got all the rares together, but I need to sort them to see how many I actually have and which ones I still need to at least get a play set. I always like to have 5, like 4, for whatever event, either standard, modern, or whatever, and then having 1 for EDH, just so I didn't have to keep borrowing from one deck. Kynan, Bond of Prodigy. Focus on that art there. Well, the face is kind of blurry even in the artwork there. It's not a whole lot of detail there. And let's see. Quartzwood Crasher. Got a few of those as well. Interesting art on that one. There's a lot of these that I like to see foil. Like ones like that where they got the like elemental effects and they accent those, and not so much the creature but the element around them. I really like those. Really makes the card stand out. Like ones like that too. Like the blue dots would be glowing, the hair would be glowing, and possibly the background. And Dreamtail Heron alternate art. See what's in this one. Oh yes. Very nice. Pouching Shore Shark. Let's put you over here. Technically you're not a rare, but you are cool. And Titan's Nest, which I think may only be our second one, so we need a few more of those for a play set. Garuda, Doom of Depths. Really good card. I was watching another YouTube channel, and the guy was playing like a mill deck, and the deck looks great on paper, but it just seems like every deck he was playing against, it had so much removal or a lot of pump type spells. So you know, you're thinking you're only getting one creature in, and all of a sudden they start comboing off or just throwing a ton of pump spells or burn on top of it, and you know, he'd be like one turn away from milling them out or something. Which mill, aside from Infect, which most people hate on both, are my two favorite win conditions. And of course we got alternate art, Cloud Piercer, which I think is the first one in this, out of this box anyway. I think the last box we got like 3 or 4, if not 5. Ooh, nice. Luna Apex of Wishes. That'd be a really cool foil too. That's actually my first one on that one. Flying and Trample. Go right there. Chittering Harvester. Another pack with 2 alternate arts. Let's go for 3. Be your first pack, I believe. Because I think the other one was 2 as well. Be kind of neat too if they had like a random pack where all the art was alternate art with 1 foil, and even alternate art land and token. Not necessarily in every box. Well, even one per box would be good. I always kind of hated the ones where it's like one per case, one per every 3 or 4 cases. But foil parcel beast. That's kind of what I was talking about, like the foil on the like the fog or the mist or whatever you want to call it is actually glowing rather than the beast. I mean, his eyes are kind of glowing too, but and it's like all in the background rather than the creature. I think it makes it stand out really nicely. And the mythos of Snapdax. I'm sorry, there's no extra R in there. That can't be if you want to. So does that bother some people? I know some people when they playing cards and they completely butcher name, which I've probably done several times throughout this video, but when they're playing the cards, but you know, some of them, some people call it, just because, you know, there's a difference between long vowels and short vowels and stuff like that, be one thing, or, you know, depending on your region on how you pronounce a word, but like when people just completely and blatantly mispronounce it instead of, you know, like lightning bolt, it's like lightning bolt, like they're just trying to annoy you. Sometimes I find it funny, depending on the situation, but when they do it, you know, for hours on end, I guess it gets pretty old pretty quick for some people, but it amuses me. Lightning bolt. Now I got to draw one of those up and do an alternate art. Let's see. And an inspired ultimatum. I think we got 2 or 3 of just about every one now, so we're still a couple short from getting full sets on all of them. Death's Oasis. There we go. That may be the first one I've got of that, actually. I'm sitting there trying to think if I had one out of the other box or any of the pre-release booster or pre-release packs or not that I opened up in the other video. Which I got some great cards out of both. And if you haven't seen those videos, go check them out. So, oops. More than I thought. Migratory Great Horn again. There's 2 or 3 on those. Wow, these are so loose. They're hard to open up. I'll try to open up. Some of them used to be able to just pull your thumbs in opposite directions, and they would tear. They were so easy to open. I think that those are some more of the like the Asian market ones. I mean, they were printed in English. They were just manufactured over there. Oh, it's really cool. Evolving Wilds. Does that actually represent all of the basic lands? You can kind of see forest, mountains, swamp, island. I believe so. That's actually pretty sweet. Have they all done that? I don't think they have, but that one's definitely a really cool one. Unpredictable Cyclone. I actually still need a few of those. Not necessarily to play, just I like having play sets of all the cards. That way if I ever do play it, I don't have to worry about trying to scout a million different shops to try and find one. Because as soon as a card becomes hot, they're impossible to find without overpaying for them. Because everybody sometimes gouges on them or puts up like a premium price on them, which is really lousy. Look how loose that is. Maybe they're doing that so they don't damage as easy, or maybe that's what's causing some of the damages. Because if they slide around, they can bump around and roll some edges or something. Hopefully not, but hopefully maybe it's like the air in the potato chip bag, like buffer. That's what they're shooting for. Indatha Triome? I think that's the right way to say that. That may be only the second, if not first one I've got of that. It's a really cool Essence Scatter. I like to have one of those in foil. It's a very Avengers Infinity War-ish. Like it's kind of just disintegrating into pixels. Actually, there's that little, like dragonflies or butterflies. A little bit of both. It's kind of hard to tell. Or maybe even fairies, actually. Which actually be even more thematic. I have to keep an eye out for that. That's a really, really cool art. That's something too, if you ever get to go to any of these conventions, if you ever go back to what was somewhat normal, go support your Magic the Gathering artists. Like a lot of times, they'll go to like Gen Con and stuff like that, and you can get alternate arts, and you get the chance to a lot of times too to buy the original printing of the artwork. And sometimes some of them are a lot smaller than you expect, but some of them are a lot more massive than you think too. So let's see what we got here. Another Slither Wisp. Ivy Elemental foil, and Karuga, the Micro Sage. About halfway through the stack on the last pile here. Got to keep track of how many mythics we got. Another shark card. Ferocious Great Shark. Some of these are just fantastic. Although I do like the alternate art version better. It's still, they're both still good though. You got one Planeswalker so far. And then, so we got at least 2 mythics I can remember, but, well, there's a third, if not the fourth. No, because, yeah, this will be the fourth, because we got the alternate art on the other one. So that's at least 4, from what I can remember. Another Luna. Oh, that might be possibly the first one for that one. Insatiable Hemophage. If not, that's just the second one, if at all. Them's a little more on the rare side, I guess you could say. Some of them, obviously they are common cards, so you see them a lot more, but even you got to figure with alternate art, there's a slight more difficulty, or a lesser chance, I guess you could say, of getting them. And Kogla. Is that maybe our first or second one? Considering he's like one of the poster child for the artworks, he's an actual rare. You don't see him too much. At least I haven't. Like I said, that might be the first or second one. And another Cavern Whisperer. Oops, I mixed that up too. And the old Rock Slide. Down to the last 3. A mound of wrappers over here. It's a good kind of mess though. Not too many of those going around either. That'd be cool if they had that in foil and just have the goldish flickering for that. Voracious Great Shark foil rare. We'll just put you there. And Hunted Nightmare for the regular rare. So probably no foil mythic, or at least not yet. I wonder if the alternate art mythic and the foil mythic kind of share the same slot. Crystalline Giant. I think it's a first one of that one too, actually. Be another interesting foil to see on how it shines. And Parcel Beast, Parcel. And last pack, come on, something cool, something foil. Oh, we'll take that too. Actually, that's only the first land. I think last box we got like 3 or 4 lands. This one only gave us 1. So at least it's the alternate art on top of that. So and no more alternate arts too. So realistically, can't talk today for some reason. not an overall bad box. I actually got this one relatively inexpensively, so anything's a plus, because I mean, I'm more than get my probably double of my money's worth for what I paid for the box, if not triple. I actually haven't, I had to tally it all up to see, but I mean, there's certain cards I see that, between about 7-8 cards here already, more than paid for the box. So I mean, even when you buy them at full price, sometimes you just get a really bad box just because of how random it is, and you don't get a great selection. You get another box, and it can be a $400 box or something as far as value goes. But I've gotten some, and they've been $35-40, and some of them I've got, and you get 5-6 times worth of value out of it, which is great, because a lot of times you get foil high-end planeswalkers, or the Chase Mythic or whatever's in the box, or at the set at the time too. So, but anyways, thanks for joining me on this one. Stay tuned to next time, and we'll see if we can open some more, another booster box, and maybe some loose packs, or any of the bundle packs. I've been trying to get a hold of one of the bundle sets with the 10 packs in them, and I think they got a lot of alternate arts in those too, but I'm trying to obtain one of those at the moment. So, but until next time, we'll see you. Y'all be good.